So recently I made the decision to delete my Discord server, which I had mainly in association with another YouTube account. This is part of a program, a broader program in order to wean myself off social media. I realize that social media can be very handy in this day and age for hanging out with friends, acquaintances, who you wouldn't normally have the convenience to meet and talk with otherwise. But it's not like the negatives, the downsides of social media haven't been extensively documented. It's not as though people aren't aware that social media is incredibly addictive, dangerous, and parasocial, and has massively overcomplicated normal human interaction and social dynamics. But I'm in a bit of I'm not really sure what to do and where to go from here, because the truth is, I don't really have much of a life outside of social media or the internet. Most people at my place of work, well, I have a surface level friendship with them, but I don't really meet up with or see them outside of work, and I can't really see myself doing that either. Main reason for that is a lot of people at my workplace are much older than me. And others are Pakistanis, Pakistani Muslims, who have a very different sort of culture. There aren't a lot of people of my age group and my demographic background who work there. So I can't say definitively whether this will be the end, whether I won't just at some point in the future just try again and make another Discord server or create some other online presence, because I go through these phases, these cravings of wanting to make connections with people, even strangers. It's difficult. You know, we all need company. We all have this urge to fall in with a group and to talk and let ourselves be heard. Even those of us who are quite socially awkward, in a sense, social media can fill the void. It's not by any means a perfect means of social interaction, but it's there, and this is the world we live in now. Most people, an increasing number of people, basically everyone in my peer group and age bracket uses it, so you've got to fit in somehow. But social media will not cure loneliness. The key to curing loneliness, well, listen to me, I sound like I know the answer to this. What is the answer for loneliness? Well, you've got to learn to love yourself. And sometimes people do need to be alone. People need to have space and time to themselves so that they can introspect and reflect on what's going on in their life and what's on their mind in a way that they wouldn't be able to around others. But for the addiction to social media to change, if we're to get serious about actually combating the harms that are posed to us by the rise of social media addiction and all the terrible things that come with it, this would need to be a top-down effort. Governments would need to crack down on it. Unions, the corporations themselves. It's not like the people who design social media are unaware of the harm it is causing. Many of them actively forbid their children from using it. Now think about how terrifying that is. I can't remember where I heard it been said, but I think I could be misremembering here, but I think Mark Zuckerberg, the lizard man, I don't think he lets his children use social media. Or it might not be him, it might be another one, but I don't really use Twitter either. I'm grateful for all the positive change that Elon Musk has done ever since his takeover bid for Twitter. Don't know about the decision to rename it to X. I mean, you know, why fix something that ain't broke? He's certainly improved the amount of, he's improved the conversation. The conversation on Twitter has certainly changed. I'm going to keep calling it Twitter for future reference, by the way, just so we don't get confused. But at the same time, I feel like Twitter's a bad place to be for your mental health, mainly because the algorithm is designed it's designed to reinforce a positive and negative feedback loop that invariably pits and divides people against each other. See, there is a growing, what's the term? There is a growing sectarian divide among people in the West between, I suppose you might call them the nationalists and the globalists, or people who broadly identify as left-wing or right-wing. There's all these various correlates that go with each one, like, for instance, voting red or voting blue, loving President Trump or loving former President Trump, or hating President Trump and celebrating the attempted assassination against him, being pro or anti-abortion, being pro or anti-immigration. Yeah, there's an emerging sort of gulf that may well be the prelude to something quite sinister and a dark chapter in history. But Twitter appears to be accelerating this division. And I'm not the only one to come to this conclusion, because there are papers that have shown and demonstrated this. The algorithm seems like it's designed to enhance differences, to create sort of echo chambers in a way that it wasn't possible, in a way that wasn't as easy without the use of social media. So social media can be quite harmful. It can wreak havoc with your mental health. For all practical purposes, though, I do need to use it. And I can't really realistically see myself not using social media, or living like Ted Kaczynski and being a hermit, or trying to live my life as though it's the late 90s, communicating via letters and or the old-fashioned way, because this is the new normal. This is our reality, and we've got to deal with it in one way or another. But I guess it can't hurt to try. If I do find that I relapse, and that I end up doing the same old thing and going back on Discord, making another server, and each day walking up to my computer monitor in the middle of the night, staring at my inbox to see if I've got new notifications or new messages, see if anybody's reacted or responded to the things I've said, because that's what social media does. You get addicted to the high of anticipating responses and reactions. You crave attention. That's what it's made to do. I guess I'll update you on this vlog. Anyway, the first step to overcoming addiction is recognizing that there is one. And I've certainly taken that first step. How much further I proceed with this, I guess time will tell. We'll see.